So, hello guys, boys and girls, men and women, and whatever, if you think you are something in between. I just wanted to make a video here from Mindanao, from Philippines, and give some updates about what's happening here. I am losing weight, as you can see. Maybe you can see if you have seen some of my other videos, and it's not the first time I'm losing weight. So usually, since I was 25 years old, my typical weight has been around 108 kilos, 110 kilos. Yeah. The maximum was, I think, almost 115 kilos, but that was just for a short time. So then, already in back in 2006, in the springtime of 2006, I got hold of a book of that is called the New Slimming Weight Loss Revolution by the American famous doctor. Who was already discussing his ideas in, I think it was in the 1974, his first book. Atkins is his name, or was his name. He's dead now. Dr. Atkins was a heart specialist. He treated probably, if I remember correctly, around 50,000 patients during his professional life. And when he first presented his book about the concept of high fat and low carb, the benefits of that kind of diet, he based his research on a lot of European research, actually, and Germans had made research also, but this was not so familiar in the United States of America. So he was basically banned from the Good Fellowship because he was like swearing in the church, right? He said fat is good for you, while all the other ones said, oh no, fat is very bad for you, and fat makes you fat, and you are what you eat. That's what people say. Okay, so I'd rather be a bull and eat cow meat. I'd rather be a bull than to be a vegetable, if you understand what I mean. I'd rather be a bull than a turnip or a potato head, right? Even now my head looks a little bit like a potato. So anyway, the thing is, as in 2006 people were laughing at me, I knew I had to be very strict about it. And at the time I was living alone. My wife had kicked me out, so I was living alone, and I had a very bad budget situation. So basically I just had some salad from the local supermarket, and then I ate some tuna, canned tuna fish. So anyway, now I'm down to 90 kilos, and so usually for the last couple of years I've been around, like hovering around 106, between 102 and 106. If you saw some of my videos earlier, like a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago, I was down to 81 kilos because I was sick, very sick. I almost died back in January 2021. I was hospitalized, and so I lost also a lot of muscles, not only fat. But I was doing the Atkins diet at the time when I came out from the hospital, because I realized I have almost no volume in my stomach. Quite easy for me to to go down from 99 kilos to 81 kilos in just a couple of months' time. Now my big problem with losing weight is that I have been drinking a lot of alcohol. Okay, so Alcohol has a lot of energy and stuff like that, and of course, if you drink it in the form of beer, uh, you need to, if you want to get drunk, that is, you will drink quite a lot, right? So many times, I wouldn't say I drink every day. I didn't do that, but at least maybe every second day I was drinking. And if I was drinking, sometimes I would drink many bottles, depending on when I started. And so I was kind of off the drinking after the hospitalization. So when I was in hospital, I didn't drink alcohol. I didn't want to eat anything. Also, it was really terrible. And then I went down to 81 kilo, as I told you guys. And after little time, I just wanted to enjoy life, and so I bought one bottle of San Mig Light, one bottle only. But then when you get started, because I was thinking, why should I drink? I have no reason to drink. I started drinking back in 2008 to fight depression. That's why I started to drink, and then so it became a habit. But I have a totally different life now, and so when I was sick, like I said, it's no sacrifice for me to stay away from alcohol and just to be happy about my life. I survived and so forth. But then I took this San Mig Light, and we went to a hot spring up in Capatagan here in Davao del Sur, Davao province, and when I was there, I thought, okay, I'm gonna buy something else. So I bought another can of beer, also not the strongest one, just to be careful. But to make a long story short, I quickly started drinking again as usual, and it would be easy for me to drink beer. Of course, San Mig Light is my favorite, but it's very costly. If you're gonna drink like me, maybe I would drink 6 bottles, small bottles, but still a day, sometimes even more. And then so I started to get gin or rum and stuff like that, because the point is to get tipsy, to get drunk, right? If that is your point, and you're gonna drink beer and you're getting bigger and bigger, it will be more and more costly to get that feeling of alcohol and drinking. So what happened back in 2006 was I was not drinking alcohol at the time, so it was quite easy for me to follow the Atkins diet. And I went down from I had actually been doing some diet already before I started the Atkins diet. Divorce and all the problem there seems to take a toll on people's weight sometimes. It did on mine, certainly. So I think I was around 102 kilos, which was already quite good in my opinion, because I lost 8 kilos for the last few months. But then when I started to do the Atkins diet seriously, I was amazed, because before, I read some book. This is a Greek Norwegian doctor. He has his background from Greece, and he gave some information and wrote a book about the Mediterranean diet, and he warned about eating bread, for example. Because Norwegians, we eat a lot of bread. Filipinos, they cannot live without eating rice, but Norwegians, it's very hard for them to live without eating bread. And then also potatoes. So potatoes is a staple food in Norway due to climatic and historical things. Not many things grow in Norway. Okay, and then milk is very important, because the cows, they can eat the grass. Grass is almost and the only thing that can grow in certain areas in Norway, and only during the summer, spring and summer. So. And then they will harvest the grass for the winter time and so forth. So milk has been a very important thing also. What is Fedon Lindberg is the name of that doctor. What he was pointing out the correct thing, that you should minimize your intake of bread and potatoes and carbohydrates. But the big discovery that really leads to success is what came via Dr. Atkins, where he talked about getting your body into ketosis. I never heard about that before. But if you really want to lose weight, you have to totally cut out carbohydrates. That's the thing. So Dr. Atkins, he talked about you have a weight loss period when you want to lose weight, and that is when you're gonna take in like maximum 20 grams of carbohydrates for a 24-hour period. That is quite amazing. 20 grams. That's not much, right? And so I became quite obsessed about this, and what is the very good help to keep you disciplined is you buy the ketosis sticks. I have a box up here, but I'm not gonna get up and get it. But there are some urine sticks, and you just pull one out from the box. It is like off-white. There is really no special color on it, and you dip it in your urine very quickly. You can collect some urine in a small cup, or you just put it in while you are peeing. Just let the pee run for a little while before you dip it. I think it's actually more effective to you dip it in a cup. Okay, so the thing is, when your body has been denied carbohydrates for a long time, for like 24 hours, 36 hours, it depends on your body, then it's depleted from carbohydrates. So the liver is actually storing quite a lot of carbohydrates if you have a carbohydrate based diet, or mixed with carbohydrates and whatever you're eating. So after a couple of days, I would say maybe you can start when you have absolutely no carbohydrates. I mean, you can have a little bit onion, maybe you can have a chili pepper, you can have some small lime, a little bit lime, maybe squeeze in a glass of water from time to time. You can eat broccoli a little bit, but not eat much. The whole point is you're gonna eat fat, so you can eat butter, yes, not margarine. Margarine will kill you. It's very bad for the heart, and you must not drink these or use these oils like soya oil, canola oil, and all that stuff. Corn oil, no. Just use coconut oil or palm oil, or the best obviously is olive oil, but it's very expensive. So anyway, after a couple of days, basically without taking in any carbohydrates, you are depleted. So when you pee, you will see that there will be some coloring, some purple coloring on the urine, the ketosis sticks, test stick. And the darker purple the color is, the higher is your amount of ketones in your urine. So what happens is that when the body has no more carbohydrates to use as energy, it will switch over to burning fat. That is why it's also quite interesting. You try to eat as much fat as possible. So you eat butter, you can eat eggs. Of course, if you eat meat, it's good also, but proteins actually have some carbohydrates if you're eating too many proteins. So you should focus on eating as much fat as possible. So egg, bacon, steak, but get the fat. Lamb meat is fantastic. Here in the Philippines, I don't have access to lamb meat. In Norway, it's very affordable, extremely cheap, and very healthy. You know, the sheep are grazing up there in the mountains during the summertime, and so they don't have any artificial food. They don't have anything like that. Everything is from nature. So it's amazing. I really miss the Norwegian lamb and sheep meat. Wow, it's amazing. So anyway, what happens is that when you get your body into ketosis, that is when you your body will either consume the fat you are consuming, or it will, if you don't consume anything at all, you go into a fasting actually, then it will consume your body fat storage. Now, what I did in a way when I was back in 2.5 years ago in January, February 2021, is I was sick and I didn't have any appetite, so that was very easy for me to lose weight. And the thing is, when you eat very little for a while, your belly, your stomach is getting small, okay, so you feel not hungry, like as if you're eating a lot all the time. So what people say is the ketosis is very important, and I can say from my own experience. And if you do cheat something, you eat a cup, you can eat maybe one small spoon of rice after 1 week or so. One small spoon of rice, but it might even destroy everything. Don't eat fruit. Fruit has a lot of sugar. We're not talking here about healthy sugar, not healthy sugar. Sugar is sugar, okay? So even if fruit, if you eat like a pineapple, it's lovely, it's very healthy. Mangoes are healthy. I mean, so many fruits are, especially if they're grown in a natural environment, they are healthy. But now we're talking about losing weight, okay? So you must avoid all kind of no pasta, no spaghetti, no bread, no Coke, of course not, no fruit, no rice. Got it? So you can eat as much as you want just to get into ketosis. You can eat basically animal food, but you can also add mushrooms and a little bit broccoli, a little bit cauliflower. I like to boil to make soups and stews. That is very good. But eggs are the safe thing, because if you have eggs, you get almost everything you need. Imagine there's a chicken coming out from that egg, right? So if you eat eggs, then basically what you need to do is to supply with some vitamin C. So the thing now is, I have now been in ketosis since I started this diet. I stopped drinking, by the way, I will tell you guys. I stopped drinking on July 15, 2023. I was here in the house in the Philippines in Mindanao, and I was drinking as usual. I think I drank some gin and stuff. I got really just a normal evening, drinking. And then I thought to myself, why should I do this? Why do I continue to drink? So it was not for the diet, it was just that I was fed up, because if I drink beer, it's okay, usually I can behave, but if I drink some stronger stuff, I lose my mind, really lose my mind, and I say stuff, I do stuff, I don't even know where I was, I don't know what happened. It's very crazy. And so I don't want to be that kind of person that is saying a lot of stupid things to people, doing a lot of stupid things, because that makes me stupid, right? So I thought, I'm tired of being stupid. Why should this alcohol be dominating me? There is a much better spirit. It's called the Holy Spirit. And the Bible says very clearly, do not get drunk on wine, but be filled with the Spirit, with the Holy Spirit. Okay, so we know that getting drunk is a sin. It is actually a sin. It is not a sin to touch alcohol. It's not a sin to, once like there is a wedding, there is something very special going on, then you have a couple of glasses of wine. But I don't think they had, when the Bible mentions strong drink, I think it's talking about wine like 10%, 11%, 12%, like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't have vodka or rum, distilled liquor at the time, right? So distilled liquor is pure poison. It's terrible for you. So that's if you wanna, but that's a totally different story. Okay, but here I am on the two sides. But I didn't tell anybody. I didn't promise anything. I just said, okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna be drinking. But what I did, just to make things slow down easily for my drinking habit, is that I buy some beer with no alcohol. Heineken, for example, they have a beer with no alcohol. But the problem is it has a lot of carbohydrates. And then I found out that the San Miguel Corporation, one of the biggest beer producers in the world, it's a Philippine company. They have something called Zero. They sell it in the Philippines and they sell it in Thailand. The Zero has 3% alcohol. The taste is, in my eyes, is perfect. It's really amazing taste, and I don't get drunk. And I drink one, maybe some days I don't drink any beer at all, but basically in average I will drink maybe one bottle, and then I have been tempted, I fell for the temptation to drink maybe 2 bottles at one day. That maximum 2 bottles. Okay. So then I was in Thailand with my wife, but then she left back to the Philippines. But just before she left, we were in Thailand. Of course, in Thailand, I wanted to show her all kind of lovely food and the local food and all kind of stuff. So of course, I eat rice and that kind of things, and I drink quite a lot of the Heineken beer, which has no alcohol. It was quite cheap in Thailand, but I saw on my scale that I was up a couple of kilos very quickly. So I was 104.6, I think, kilos around August 25. I think it was August 25. And then I got my ketose sticks. I ordered them via Shopee or Lazada, as online shopping here in Asia. And when I got the ketosis sticks, I just decided, okay, I'm gonna go in for the ketosis. So, long story short, I have been in ketosis since August 25, and today we are November 3, and I'm down to 90 kilograms. I was actually down to 90 kilograms or 91 kilograms for the last week, or maybe more, maybe 10 days. So the thing is, when you are into this kind of diet to lose weight, you must think long term, because I lost in the beginning. You will probably lose a lot. I lost 2-3 kilograms in the first week. It's amazing, but then, like people say, it's a lot of water disappearing when you go on a diet. But this diet is not only a diet; it should be a lifestyle. Okay, so now keeping this lifestyle is very difficult if you are a drunkard. So it's better you just quit that stupid alcohol. Just quit it. Okay? Maybe once a month you can take a small shot with some whiskey, some vodka. Just a small shot if you want, if you need to. But why should you let something poisonous decide who you're gonna be and what you're gonna do? So my belly is much better. It's almost gone. I'm sitting here in my underwear, so I don't want to stand up totally, but really it's amazing. So what happened is, you go for the long run. Okay, ketosis. So the darker the color is, the higher amount of ketosis you have in your body. But the problem is, if it's too dark, if you have too much ketones on that stick, then I had some problem with gout actually before. That's why I stopped back in this March 2021, because I got terrible gout, and it happened before also when I was in ketose. So what I do is, every day I drink actually Diet Coke or Coke Zero or Sprite Zero. I drink it every day. I love it, and I drink water, a lot of water. I get sometimes I get some broccoli, cauliflower, mushroom, little bit chili. You know, chili has quite a lot of vitamins, but basically I'm just happy with my egg and beef. I prefer beef, but here in the Philippines it's also very easy and affordable to get fatty pork. So I like the fatty, not even like, but I need to eat the fatty portions of the animal. So that's what I'm basically doing. And So now I'm 90 kilos, and last time, I mean, when I was 25 years old, I was hovering around 91 kilo, 92 kilos. Uh, Even when I was 20, I was around this weight, 89, 90 kilos. So it's getting in the correct direction. But the big secret here is stop drinking alcohol if you want to be healthy. And if you cannot control what happened to me, I was not physically how can you say, dependent on alcohol. Even I have a license for a truck, for a bus. I have to renew it every now and then in Norway when I'm in Norway, and they actually take a test because they know I have some drinking issues. So they take some tests to see if I'm an alcoholic, and it turns out I'm not an alcoholic. Thank God. So for me it was really, it's up here in the mind. Why did I drink? Because it makes me happy. Of course, yeah, cool. And then when you drink, and oh, wow, you want to increase that happiness, or you want to maintain that sweet spot. The problem is gonna be a very dark spot after a while, right? So it's better just stay away from that stuff. So that's my update. I have not been drinking. I didn't say, I have not promised that I will not be drinking alcohol in the future. And every day, almost every day, I drink a small bottle of zero. But I don't really. It's not that I need. It's not for my. Of course, not for my intoxication. Obviously not. But I really like beer. I love that beer. So I could probably drink 2 of them, which I have done sporadically. But I don't want to destroy my status in ketosis. That's why I'm trying to limit it to 1, and it's no problem for me to go 2-3 days. I don't drink beer at all, but it's quite funny as of now, because I tell my wife that, you know, it's a nice diet. I eat egg and bacon, and I drink beer, and I eat pork rinds, deep fried pork skin. It's called pork rind. Chicharron, it's called here in the Philippines, and I think in Mexico they call it chicharron, so it's a Spanish word. I love to eat chicharron. That is my snack, so it is amazing. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for your attention, and I hope you will be inspired to take care of your own destiny, your own body. Look nice and strong and handsome like me, and God bless you, and success with your life story.